Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's Saturday night, and we are back, and we got a whole slew of motherfuckers with us here tonight. We got Baz is back with us after a week hiatus. What's going on, Baz? They can see your face. I think they can't hear you though.
What's up, guys?
We got Yay Toys Plus in the house. He hasn't been with us in such a damn long time, dude. It's good to have you back with us.
Thanks for having me. I didn't know if I was going to be able to jump on tonight because working in retail, working in liquor, being manager here. It's like today's been a wild day. Like I'm shocked that the rain came about and kind of, as I was saying to you, Rob, before, it was like I feel like when the rain hits, people don't want to come outside. They're afraid they're going to dissolve.
Yeah.
So like it's cool. I got like a break. I could actually chill out with you guys for I don't know, like another 20 minutes or so.
Very cool, very cool. And as always, hailing from the farthest reaches of the collector's universe, Knack's Plastic Planet. What's up, brother?
Hey, not much. It's good to be back on with you guys tonight. Hanging out here in the Mile High City, and it's like good to be back on. Thanks, guys.
Very cool. And in the chat room, we got Mike B with us. We got 4 other viewers. Please remember to like the video upon entering. All right. As I always do, I got to kick it off with the comic of the week and the sponsor, because he's only got a few episodes left of the sponsorship going with these guys, and that's the Collector's Resource, collectorsresource.com, in case you want to get your comics and get them in some nice frames, and or your CGC comics. You put them in these bad boys, nice low-profile frames. They are very nice. They got a nice little thing on the back there. You hang them right up on your wall. This week's comic is the Captain America No More, and I got him here signed by Joe Simon, it looks like, Mike Zeck, and Bob McLeland. Leland? Whatever. Anyways, this is the comic of the week. It is one of my all-time favorite covers of a Marvel comic, and I just remember this from my youth. I thought it was I think this is when Cap gave up being Captain America and became Nomad shortly after. And I was talking to my brother about this not too long ago, a couple of months ago, and I was like, yeah, I got the Captain America No More CGC, and he goes, why? When you say that, do I think of Abraham Lincoln? I says, it's funny you mention that because he's right up there in the top corner. Oh, shit, we got somebody else with us. Well, that's it for this comic of the week, because we're about to introduce PJ from the Paradox Nerd. What's up, brother?
Hey, I was clicking on the wrong link. I don't know. It says I was the only one there, so I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? I think I was clicking on the other chat, so I think that was my mistake.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, as always, man. I just
What's up, panel?
Last night. Yeah, everybody. DJ? Paradox, everybody.
Hey,
else.
PJ.
Hey. What's going on?
That's Paradox. That's Yay Toys Plus. Yay Toys Plus. Paradox Nerd.
What's up, Yay Toys? What's up, Brian? What's up, Baz?
What's up?
Let's get this chat started.
Yes. All right. So we're going to kick the show off because what's his face is with Yay Toys is only with us for a short period of time. I hope he can hear. Oh no, he has us on mute because he works in retail, right? So when he pops back on, we may have to shift gears real quick because he's actually a Mezco guy and he's only with us for a short period of time. So we're going to be talking about the Mezco Onyx Batman Fiasco, which for those of you guys that are in the chat here, and for the people that are in the chat right now that don't collect Mezco, you guys can relate to this in one way or the other when it comes to the exclusives and things that get released, and you might not be able to get your hands on them because of some.
And I'm back. Sorry, work.
Oh, okay, here he is. He's back. All right, there we go. So, the on Monday, the Mezco Batman Onyx edition, right? The all black, which kind of looks like it's the Sovereign Knight version, but he's in all black, kind of reminiscent of the '89 Batman Michael Keaton outfit. Went on sale at 1:00 in the afternoon. Now, what they do on Mezco's side was they said, "Oh, it's coming so like 3 days ahead of time." They had like a countdown, and they're like, "Get ready for this," right? There's been a lot of people complaining about the fact that they don't know when the stuff is going up for sale and they can't get their hands on them. So they do this countdown clock, and then 1:00 hits. Everybody hits the website. The website basically crashes. Basically, it doesn't totally crash, but it kind of crashes. And you get into your queue. You're able to order it. Now I'm clicking on the order form, and it keeps telling me that my credit card information is incorrect. So I bounce out. I go back in. I put another one in my cart. I wait a minute and a half, and I'm like, oh shit! As the time is going, more and more of them is selling out. credit card information is incorrect. This goes on and on, back and forth. So I turn around and I wind up just going into PayPal and paying for it with my PayPal, right? PayPal payment finally goes through 20 minutes after this thing goes up for sale, and it sells out very shortly thereafter. I think it sold out in like 26 or 27 minutes or some nonsense like that.
Yeah, it was almost like a record, I think.
Yeah, some crazy shit like that, right? But here's the fiasco part, right? So I was able to do it with the eBay account, with the PayPal account, but I couldn't do it with my credit card. So I'm checking over my credit card information. Everything is correct. Apparently, I go on Facebook while this is going on, and everybody can't order with their credit card. Everybody that orders is forced to order through PayPal. Now, when you order with Mezco through PayPal, you have to pay for the entire thing up front. There is no NRD. It's just you have to pay for the entire whatever $100 it is, or $95 or whatever it is.
It came to like, because I tried and I said screw it with the PayPal thing. With Christmas and stuff, I didn't have the expendable cash. So like, and I'm still recovering from my trip from San Francisco about a month ago. So yeah, it was like $100.13. I'm like, all right, well, if I miss out, hopefully my guy in Brooklyn gets it. But if not, screw it. You know, right, I'll just get one of the other ones.
So they wanted you to pay for this fucking thing in full, right?
Yeah.
With your PayPal account. So guys like, yo, I don't have $100 to spare. I have like the $20 to put on my credit card. I can't really do this. So dudes were getting their payments denied and all kinds of stuff. They didn't have insufficient funds in their PayPal accounts. So there was this big blowback, and people were like online going, "That's it. I'm quitting the line. This has been enough bullshit for Mezco." Because Mezco's their customer service is really like. It's not really that great. It's kind of notorious. It's kind of pretty sucky, you know, to be honest.
It's actually the worst fucking customer service I've seen from a toy company. No, I'm serious, because you know what? I don't know, like how many years ago before this whole 112 stuff just blew up. Before their booth in New York Comic Con, no one was coming to that booth. You would barely get like one or two people in that booth. And they were selling like the Mortal Kombat and the whatever, and Star Trek, you know, the 112s put them back on the planet. Right. And now they think their shit don't stink. And what pisses me off, and I don't really collect Mezcos too much, and I only collect a few here and there, but from my experience, when there's a Comic-Con, they try to sell out their exclusive the first day instead of allocating them day by day. They don't care. They just want to make money. And I think this just is a perfect example of Mezco trying to pretty much saying F you to the fans and the collectors and saying, oh, well, we just want your money.
Yeah, like, you know, you think that they would have upgraded their bandwidth on their site or something. You think they would have turned around and said, okay, we're going to, like, all right, so I call up Mezco, right? So I got, like, I always call. Every time I'm just calling the company.
You got through?
What happened was that I when I remember I was telling you guys I was putting it in the card, it was rejecting my credit card information and then bouncing it back.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back in again and finally do it with PayPal. So I'm like, okay, good. I got mine. I'm good. So then I'm checking my email like 10 minutes later, and I have like 11 orders with Mezco.
Oh, fuck.
Order. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right? So now my PayPal account is like hundreds of dollars down. Right? So I'm like, yo, I only wanted one of these things. Right? So I go to I call them up, I get through, but the funny part about me getting through, I wound up getting through, they wound up canceling all the other orders. It wasn't an issue. They were like, yeah, we had an issue, whatever. We're gonna keep one, you'll get one, and the rest we're gonna cancel. So the first one you ordered, you will keep. We're gonna delete the rest and we're gonna refund you, which they did, and that was fine. What I found was funny though is that when I called, I get the same guy every time. Every time I call up their customer service department, it's the same guy.
You get Drake?
No, not Drake. It's just it sounds like a 24, 25-year-old kid.
Okay.
So, so the point of me bringing this up is it seems like for the amount of money they've been making over the last 2 years, because their shit sells out like crazy, you think that they would have more than one person answering the phones over there? You know? Mute.
Yeah.
I guess. He's got to go answer his things. So anyways, you think they would have more than one person answering their customer service department? And anyways, this whole big fiasco caused a lot of people to say, you know, fuck you, Mezco. I'm selling off my collections. I'm selling everything off. I'm liquidating all my shit. And half the people in that group were like, if I can't get because they were completionists, if I can't get everything, I want nothing, whatever. And good luck with that. And then other people were like, obviously sticking up for them, like, oh, tough shit. You should have been at your computer and had your finger on the trigger at the time. And, just use PayPal. It's not such a big deal. There's always apologists. And PJ, you're a Hot Toys guy. So I know you see this shit all the time with every time a price goes up or there's an accessory missing or something like that. There are people that jump on each other's throats in the 1/6 community over this type of shit. I
mean, to be honest, I kind of collect both, and Mezco not as much, but Mezco, man, they just give me a bad taste in my mouth. Seriously, like just the way their attitudes are, ever since like they went from nothing, like seriously nothing 3 years ago, like to the point where I don't know how they're, they were surviving, and then to now they're just like the one of the top toy companies out there, and they just feel like, you know what. We forgot about how we struggled through those years with like that crappy ass Mortal Kombat line, the crappy ass Breaking Bad line. I think now we're just the top dogs of the 112 community, whatever. And that's not how you treat, the community. You should have respect to your fans. You should it shouldn't be about the money that you're getting from the fans. It should be about like creating a nice collecting community. And not this bullshit where it's like all about the money, I
mean, it's with Mezco, it's like I'm probably gonna have to hop off sooner than later, but I'll give you this real quick. With Mezco, first one I got was Shadowland Daredevil in 2016. I bought that 3 days into the convention, and there was no line even then, and they had a ton of stock. But then fast forward to last year with Wolverine, this year with hold on.
Bloop. He's on pause again. So yeah, other guys.
That's I don't really. Oh, sorry.
No, Nick. I was just gonna say, Knick, Knack, Baz. Give us your kind of like your take on this whole thing, man.
It sounds like Maddie.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, a little bit. I don't collect. Just nothing. It's just something I haven't dived into yet, but. I mean, hearing these stories, it's kind of, as a company that produces, higher end collectibles, anything north of $100 for an action figure I would consider higher end. You would think that customer service would be number one priority, just because, hey, this is frivolous. You know what? You expect bad customer service when you call the electric company or the water company because your auto insurance because you need that shit. But when we're talking about figures, I would think that they would want to wipe your ass with Puffs Plus, man, with the lotion because they want to keep you on the hook, man.
Yeah, totally. Baz, this is like it's turning into another Matty Collector situation. You hit it right on the head with that too. And
also some of these like Mezco collectors are like really weird. They're like elitists, and they need to collect every single goddamn thing. And a lot of the times, I feel it's like for status or something. Like I've seen one guy who was showing a picture of his like 10 deluxe Punishers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's just insane to me, man.
All right, sorry about that.
Weird status thing.
Yeah, it seems like that, right? Toys. Continue what you were saying.
Oh, is that what I'm known as? Toys. Toys. I'm gonna change the YouTube channel. See how many subscribers I get. Real quick. Now, like I was saying, Shadowland. 3 days later, was able to get them. Wolverine. The line wrapped around the booth for about. I think I waited online for about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes before I was able to get to them. And the thing is, and even this year too, same thing. Both last year and this year, their internet was down and you only had to pay cash. That was the only way you could,
Isn't that ridiculous? It seems like someone I saw mention that too. Like, look, we have to pay in full with our fucking PayPals now for this figure, and then we're at the cons, and all of a sudden the credit card machines go down again. And we have to pay using cash.
Despite all this shit, though, I still support the line because even with something like Catwoman being as fragile as she is, I still collect. You know that Mezco and Figure Arts are kind of neck and neck for me and what I have in my cabinet. And then third in line probably be the upcoming line, the Kyoto stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Psylocke just dropped last week, I think, or earlier this week.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I feel that Mezco. That was probably my son. He's watching Spider-Man.
So,
basically, what Mezco needs to realize that if they don't shape up, or they're gonna end up shooting themselves in the foot again, and people are gonna get sick and tired of it, and then another toy company is gonna come along and make such a because you gotta admit technology is getting way more advanced, and now every day. And I'm sure there's another company that's going to come along and that's going to take the 1/12 line to a whole different level.
Well, look. I mean, they're new, but I don't own any of them, but look at Soap Studios.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect example. And like I said, you know, it's what separates the top, you know, companies from the rest is having a good customer service. You know, Dell is like the worst company in terms of customer service ever, right?
Oh, yeah.
I get like people. I was on the phone for 5 hours, 5 hours just to get no answer. So I'm just saying, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and you just don't want to buy their product.
Right.
At some point, collectors are going to say, you know what, this is ridiculous. You know, over for a 12-inch toy.
Right.
Right. This is too much of a headache.
$80 to $150 or whatever, like a PX is, and it's like, this is how you treat me.
Exactly. You know, just got to have respect, because at some point people are just going to just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the toy business is getting saturated as of right now, with so many companies coming out left and right. I mean, SH Figure Arts, you know, just to name a few of the 1/12, 1/6, you know, 6-inch line.
Yeah.
I tell you that that a lot of these companies could really learn something from the OG and Sideshow. I know Sideshow really goes above and beyond for the collectors between their rewards points and the spooktacular shit, and you know they that Wednesday show where they're constantly showing shit off and giving stuff away. I mean, but they're like the biggest of the big, so I understand like these up and coming companies not being able to do that. But if they're like the bar, you gotta kind of try to, like, if you're not gonna dunk, you gotta hit the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, look at Funko. I mean, there's a reason why Funko has been around for such a long time, and it's one of those where you're like, damn, they're like the Beanie Babies. They're gonna, like, you know, at some point it's just the bubble's gonna burst. But what makes them really awesome is that they have good customer service. Like, if you take a look at, like, yeah, the lines are crazy, but they actually organize the line. You gotta get a ticket, blah blah blah, to get into this line, whatever. What do you call that? Everything's you know, allocated. You know, the stock is allocated. The exclusives are all allocated throughout the 4 days. Not like, oh, we're gonna sell everything the first day, and if someone wants to buy 10 of the exclusives, give it to them.
Right.
Not like one per. Because I was waiting in line for last year for the Wolverine. I got up to the line, and I'm like, I see a guy with like 10 Wolverines, and I get up there. I'm like, oh, no more. Like, what?
Yeah, that's just
how's that even possible?
Which is funny. What day was that? Was that the Thursday?
That was the Thursday, and they were sold out for the rest of the weekend.
Which is crazy that you've seen people like that, because they told me when I went to go help my buddy out from Comic and Figure Addicts. So shout out to them out in California. When Juan needed one, they only allowed one per, according to, you know, when I got online. So
last year.
Yeah, that was last year. And then this year I heard same thing, but meanwhile, like, I know people that walked out with a case of Fire Ronin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what the hell's going on?
So, all right, so they do this, right? And then they're pretty much a ghost town for the rest of the con, because they don't do interviews no more.
No,
they don't do booth
weird.
tours either. So you're not getting an interview with them. You're not getting booth tours. And us being like YouTube guys and wanting to get like some footage for our channels and shit, or like, hey, let us know what the new in thing is and where you're taking the line and where your focus is. And they're like, nah, buy your shit and then beat it. You walk by the Mezco booth on a Friday or a Saturday, and it's like a fucking ghost town.
Yeah. For the rest of the con.
Why even go? Why come to the con? Just show your shit online, sell your shit online, and then you don't got to even pay for the fucking booth.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Why even make your presence? Your guys are not even friendly anyway.
Yeah, it's just like, if that's the role you like, look, if that was my business model, like if I was the head of Mezco, I'd be like, look, this shit's gonna sell out anyway. We don't even have to show up to the fucking con. Just put the shit up online. It's all gonna sell out. We'll just jack you could order as many as you want. Like the first person could give us 10 grand and we'll sell them half the fucking stock, and who cares? And now we're not gonna talk to anybody. We're not gonna tell them where we're going, what our ideas are. I've tried to talk to certain people and be like, yo, look, I understand you can't tell us specifics, like where is this figure, where is that, but they don't even go as far as to say, like, yo, do you have any plans on finishing the Dark Knight series? Do you have any plans? Like, is it even on the table? And nope, sorry, can't help you. Look, that's it. Just look, there are the new figures in the case. Buy your shit or beat it. And it's like, look, man, come on. That's ridiculous.
It's almost like Hasbro. I mean, unless you know somebody who knows somebody who's basically the creator of the Marvel Legends, you're not getting into those events.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people that do get into the events, but like, even they can't be like, oh, hey, we're friends for like 4 years, 5 years. You know the same people I know, but hey, let me bring you with me. Because it's like basically, Mattel was like that at Toy Fair too, actually, where like it's like you need to know somebody who knows somebody to get in.
Yeah, we were both at Toy Fair, and you couldn't get into, and I didn't understand in the first place too, because it's such a pain in the ass to get into Toy Fair in the first place, and then you have to actually get into their private events on top of that. Like, oh, you might be invited to the con, but you might not be able to see anybody's booth. Yeah. You can come to Toy Fair, which is a fucking a heart attack in and of itself just getting in.
I applied early. I got in though. I'm in.
Yeah, now I'm going to be there too this year, so we'll probably link up there as well.
Absolutely.
And then you go to the sideshow booth, and you could walk right up to Susan and be like, "Hey, Susan, what's up?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll give you an interview. Let's walk around here. I'll show you this. This is what we got going on here. We're giving this away," and you feel like, they make you feel like you're the fucking celebrity when you walk in.
Zach from Diamond Select, same way. Oh yeah, you want to talk? Come on.
Exactly. All right. So I want to close the doors on this Mezco thing and kind of keep the show moving. But before I do that, I want to show you guys real quick, and the people that are watching, this little setup I have here, right, with the two Mezcos, obviously. And these are the Mezco poles. But what I have here underneath, I'm going to lift it up and let you guys see, is actually a new platform that you can have the guys plug into, and it's called Can of Beams. Can of Beams, I think, or Can of Beans? Can of Beams, BEAMS, I believe it's called.
All right.
And you can use them for like figure arts. They're stands. They're acrylic display stands, but they're small. And you can use them for figure arts. Obviously, Mezcos plug into them, Figmas, and like a couple of other ones or whatever. So your normal Mezco stand is like that fat. It's pretty big. You can actually put multiple guys on this stand. So you can, like, I have them actually like kind of floating up and like attacking each other and stuff. So if you guys want like to have variations in your display, or you want to get rid of those big fat stands that Mezco gives you, Can of Beams is the shit. I got like I ordered like 5 of them. They're kind of expensive though. I ordered them 5 of them, I think, for $25 shipped. But I was able to display like double the amount in my cabinets that I
nice. I'll look into it.
So
unfortunately, I gotta hop off.
All right, do your thing, man.
I gotta close up and do all my managerial crap.
All right, cool, man. You come back on anytime.
Nice talking to you.
Hey, toys. Do you have your own store, or?
No, I'm just the manager of the Gilded Grape wine shop in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll come check it out. I'm local too, so.
Nice. I'm on Church Avenue.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, brother.
All right, guys, be well. I'll see you soon.
See you. Take care.
You too.
Oh man, you guys, you New Yorkers, man, you guys have all the cool like cons and whatnot out there. Us here in Denver, we just get the stock show. So if I need to know how to go masturbate a cow to get some semen, or a bull to get some semen, I'm your guy here. But I'm with the exclusive action figure news.
I have to say though, you do have weed over there.
Oh, we got lots of weed, dude. Dude, we have a dispensary down the street from my house. It's called the Green Dragon. It's freaking awesome. It's got like green scales all over it. I haven't been in. I haven't walked into a dispensary. It's not kind of my thing. But if I'm gonna do it, I'm going to the Green Dragon, man.
Well, I was gonna ask you, how are people with the dispensaries and stuff in the weed? Are like they're more chill? Is people more calm?
I haven't noticed it since we legalized it here. I honestly haven't noticed a difference. There was all this like, oh hell, there's going to be car accidents everywhere, and and kids are going to be smoking weed on every street corner, and I really haven't noticed that much of a difference. It's just what it has done, though. Not to totally sidetrack everyone here with weed, but what it has done is it's totally revitalized like garbage shopping centers that were like totally dying. But when the weed dispensaries come in, all of a sudden like there's all kinds of like snack stores all over the place, and all of a sudden everything's like blossoming around the weed stores. So it actually has been really good for the economy. I'll say that.
You could open up a 24-hour store next to a weed dispensary, and pretty much you'll have yourself.
Oh no, totally. it's been gangbusters for Krispy Kreme. I'll tell you that.
Oh man,
that's cool, man. It's cool. Oh, real quick, guys. The YouTube. I just noticed this tonight myself. You guys might already know, but since we're all YouTubers here, the YouTube Creator Studio is getting a change. They have like this beta thing that they're going on now, and I think by like the end of the year or like by spring, when you go into your Creator Studio and try to like figure out your shit. It's completely getting an overhaul. I watched a video on it right before we went live tonight, so it's something you guys should look into.
That's good to know. I can't read that thing anyway. It's like Latin to me.
I was gonna say I can't read that thing anyway because yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna go in there one day and be like, hey, I just want to change this, and you're like, where the fuck are my videos? Because they're changing everything around. Okay, so what do we have next on the docket? Any requests? I mean, I was gonna talk about the Netflix canceling Daredevil.
Yeah, we could talk about that. I mean, I think everyone was kind of panicking, but I think that's going to the Disney streaming service, that the Disney is going to launch next year. So
I don't have a horse in this race. I'm not a Netflix Marvel watcher. I watched the first 2 seasons of Daredevil and the first episode of Punisher and jumped off, even though I did like everything I kind of saw, but at the same time didn't. Like, me and Baz go back and forth about this type of shit too, because it seems like the shows as good as they are and as excellently acted and shot and all that other stuff, sometimes it just takes too fucking long to get to like with something with some meat or essence to it. You're watching Matt Murdock brush his teeth for fucking 10 episodes in order to get 3 episodes of shit actually happening.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if you watched the recent season of Daredevil.
No, I haven't gotten to it yet. People have been telling me to do it though.
It's amazing. It's actually, the pacing is a lot better. I do understand where you're coming from, where it's like the formula where they try to grab you with action in the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then it's like storytelling and then back to action. And
I don't mind the storytelling because look, we need story, right? You need plot in order to care about the characters. This goes for anything, but at the same time, out of 13 episodes, don't give me 2 crazy episodes and then 7 episodes of just nothing. Like nothing, really, like fucking nothing's really happening except we're just watching these guys in their day-to-day lives, and then you're gonna give me another big action episode. It's like you got to break that shit up.
Bullseye is one of my favorite Marvel villains, and I bowed out. I think episode 3 because I couldn't take Karen Page and Foggy Nelson's whining. It drove me crazy, and I stopped watching and never came back.
Yeah, and I agree. I actually don't like those 2. Those are like the 2, in my opinion, they're the 2 weak characters. And they did explain why Karen Page acts the way she does, like later on down the season. But overall, to see Kingpin do his thing and Bullseye do his thing, that's worth the watching. Because seriously, it is the best Daredevil season ever.
Really?
Better than 2?
Oh yeah, better than 2, man. You'll see if you ever watch it.
I will. Daredevil's a favorite of mine.
Let me put it this way: think about like Kingpin and what he's known for, and they actually captured his essence in this show, in this season.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
cool, man. I know, Knack, you're not I'm really even not much of a Marvel guy, right?
No, not particularly. I watched about 1 episode of Daredevil, and it didn't pull my interest. I made it through actually 8 episodes of Punisher before I just kind of lost interest in that as well. But I will say this, just from I'm not going to say what company I work for, but I do work in the entertainment industry. In the cable television satellite industry, and I will say that what is going on with this Disney app is sending just ripples through the industry as far as how content is being dispersed across multiple platforms, and how Disney is really starting to congeal everything. It's been really fascinating to see that from my job perspective, and then how it's impacted people in the pop culture geek community as well.
One thing that's kind of bothering me about this whole Disney streaming app thing. Look, I like mostly the shit that Disney puts out. You know, up until I just saw the new Wreck-It Ralph movie, and my big thing was name me a Disney movie you didn't like. Don't go to Star Wars yet. We're not there yet, guys. Okay?
I didn't say anything.
Don't. No, I have to just put the fucking the force field up for a second. But I didn't like the new Wreck-It Ralph movie. My son didn't like it. My wife didn't like it. Up until that point, though, you say, yo, Disney's fucking awesome. Most of their shit, even their Disney princess movies, are usually pretty good. And so I'm happy they're getting their own streaming service. But at the same time, I'm noticing that because everyone is doing this and pulling in, DC's pulling in, DC's pulling in, Disney's pulling in, then you have like Amazon's doing their own thing, and everyone's going to have their own little licensing things here and there, and everyone's charging $10 a month. You're going to have like, how many fucking streaming services are you really going to have? You know? And certain streaming services are only going to have like a couple of hundred, not even a couple of hundred worth of things to watch, because everything's going to be so dispersed into their own company, right? I mean,
no, and let me tell you something. As someone who in the industry, with everything, all these companies use their own streaming services, it kind of makes me sleep better at night. You know, before, and it was just like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu, and honestly, I was like, why would people have cable when they have all these choices for streaming? Well, now it's like they have so many damn choices. I think people are just gonna be like, fuck it, I'll get cable. And so I actually sleep better at night with all this going on.
Yeah, well, and I think that's why a lot of people were scared because of this net neutrality thing. Because I think ISPs were seeing the trend of a streaming service, and I think that's why they at some point want to charge households per gig for their data service. And I think that's at some point that's going to go into, and you're going to have to be picking which streaming service that you want to get. But it's crazy how everything's kind of shaping up. I think cable TV is going to at some point disappear. You got sports channels going on the internet. They're probably going to have their own streaming service where you could watch all the football, thing in one app, and there's going to be a baseball in one app, and then basketball in the one app. It's crazy how everything's kind of like you said, Knack, how Disney is dictating how everything is going to present itself 5 years from now with the streaming service.
Yeah.
It's a scary situation too, because you know what it is? More money out of our pockets.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, I was just going to say it's getting to the point with all these streaming services. It's like if you're going to want to collect all the programming that you want, it's going to cost you as much as a cable bill at this point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of like, well, yeah, it's definitely a bizarre thing that's going on right now.
It's all about the money.
It's funny how you had Netflix come out and Amazon right at the time and Hulu, right? Those were like the three where you got like your stuff, and everything was kind of like huddled into that area. Now everything is kind of just spreading and going into its own little like kind of sector and be like, look, I'm a Marvel and the DC guy. That means I got to get DC streaming and the fucking Disney streaming, and then if I want to watch like Stars had Ash versus the Evil Dead, right? Which was like one of my favorite shows from like last year, for the last few years. Yeah. It's like now I got to get the Stars thing, and then I got to get this. HBO has Game of Thrones, so I got to get the HBO streaming thing. It's just like it's just fucking too much, man.
Well, I mean, for me, I think the Disney service is probably going to be worth it, just because. Yeah, I'm going to go there. Star Wars. And Star Wars, they got a whole bunch of shows that's coming out there, which I'm looking forward to. They got The Mandalorian, and you got, I don't know about Cassian Andor or whatever. I think he's going to be a week. Yeah, he actually has his own stupid show, but I mean, we'll see how that goes. And I'm curious to see, because people were talking about having the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie be a TV show. People were suggesting that. So if that's a good idea, it'll be a good idea if all the movies that they want to come out with, like the Yoda movie or a Boba Fett movie, if they made it into like a TV show, like a mini TV series or something like that. 10 episodes, done. And if you really think about it, with the amount of money that Disney has, it could probably be like, a really well done TV show. One shot, done. Tell the story of Boba Fett, tell the story of Yoda, done.
Check it out. I wonder.
I will say the. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Do your thing, man. It's fucking.
I was just gonna say. I will say you mentioned the Cassian Andor series, and I will say that series kind of fascinates me in that I don't care about that character, and I think I mentioned this on another live stream with you guys. But boy, that sandbox during that time period with at the height of the evil Galactic Empire and the Star Wars canon. Well, that sandbox is. That's one I want to dive into.
Well, that was the thing with Rogue One. I think everybody loved Rogue One because it looked the most like A New Hope. Like it had that dirty, gritty look to it, and it's a great time. Like I'm going to echo what you just said. It's a great time and a sandbox to play with all these characters that we're still familiar with, but you can give us kind of new stories. You could have like all those Cantina guys kind of have their own little like what the fuck were they doing at the time and run-ins and stuff. But can we all agree that Cassian Andor is fucking wood? It's like the main guy is just a piece of wood in this great time and sandbox to be in, right?
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Well, with Cassian Andor, I think he supposedly started. I don't know from what I remember from Rogue One that he said that he did some bad stuff, and you saw it in the first scene where he shot the guy to shut him up so he could, do what he has to do. So I'm curious to see his character. Yes, I know it's kind of like meh, but I'm still looking forward to watching it because I am a Star Wars fan.
Well, when I think that the reason why it's meh is because of I think the way that the problem that I had with Rogue One was that the two leads of the movie were the least interesting to me out of the whole movie. And I went into that movie going, Felicity Jones, this girl Jenner is going to fucking kick ass. She's my girl. And then I was watching it going, just show me the Jedi characters again, the guy with the gun, Baze, and the other dude, and give me more of the robot. That's what you're going to get with Cassian, though, too, is you're going to get more K2SO, and that's good.
K2SO is amazing. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters, period, and that's coming out of a Disney film, and that says a lot for me. So
yeah, I agree. I love K2. And I don't know. I want to see more Director Krennic. I'm a bad guy.
You guys mentioned you're getting into you got the Cassian Andor guy, right? Like, so the actor's going to be playing him, the Diego Luna, right? Now you're saying I want to see more Krennic, and that guy's a pretty big actor now too, right? Middles something, not Middleston, that was the other dude. Whatever. Anyways, Ben something or other, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're talking about the Disney streaming service, right? And they're doing the Loki TV show, and they're going to have the actor that plays Loki, right? They're going to be doing Vision and Scarlet Witch, and they're going to have the actress that played the two actors in the fucking TV show. Notice something. They got big name actors coming to do TV shows on their streaming service.
Yep.
So it's like, remember when there was a time where TV was kind of like, you're a TV star? No, you want to be a movie star, right, as an actor.
Yeah,
TV is kind of like where actors go to die. Now it seems like what Disney is doing, and it's been going in this trend kind of lately too a little bit, but you're seeing bigger and bigger actors come to the streaming services, come to these TV shows, and now less people are going to the movie theaters in general, unless it's a big name movie. Like right now, you only go to the theater to really see the big time movies. Are we going to start to see now fucking actors just say, screw it? Disney's just going to start paying these fucking guys top dollar. Disney has all the money in the fucking world to begin with. So these TV shows are going to look like they're going to be multi-million-dollar projects. They're going to look like big budget fucking Hollywood show.
They already are. I mean, look at The Mandalorian, how much their budget is, and look at I'm sorry. Go ahead, Knack.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead, PJ.
No. I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. No, I was just gonna say. I mean, make no doubt about it, guys. We've been living in a golden age of television, going back to probably The Sopranos. The way that television networks have been making shows, and you got to get away from the big three, the old big four, Fox, CBS, NBC, ABC. But the way that the networks have been creating shows like HBO, Showtime, Stars, etc., and now going into these streaming services, they've been making TV shows, like AMC in particular too. They've been making these shows, theatrical almost, with less episodes per season, but better quality. And so it has essentially, for the last 10, 15 years, we have been living in a golden age of television, whereas motion pictures at the movie theater, they have definitely declined. So I mean, it's a totally accurate statement.
I'll tell you that I think it's going to be both good and just, I don't want to say bad, but I think it's going to be so different because we are all of the age to, like, we're seeing this, like, all right, everyone that's in this chat room grew up at a time before the internet existed, right? And iPhones and all that other shit. So we grew up at a time where we actually had to go outside and play. And then it changed during our lifetime where we had to adapt this technology. And we're like the last generation. I'm the young dude in the fucking room here. So I'm like the last generation.
How old are you?
36.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I remember like the fucking internet came out when I was in high school, so I remember the life before that and then having to adapt this stuff. So now we're seeing it again where like our kids, maybe I don't want to say our kids, but the next generation, like under my son's age, who's 7, they might be like, yo, what the fuck is the movie theater? Everyone's got a 75-inch TV in their fucking house with surround sound, and you're going to sit on your couch and watch like all these crazy Disney shows and Marvel shows with big name actors in them nonetheless. It's not like, oh, we have the Loki TV show and it's starring some guy that's not Loki.
Actually, to be honest, I'm okay with that because you know why? That candy in the freaking movie theaters, $8? You kidding me? Come on. $8 for a chocolate gummy bear, or
I was going to say you could always pause it to go take a shit, but yeah, all right.
Yeah. I could pause it. Oh my gosh, I could be in my boxers. Come on.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just going to say, I think that, this is a conversation though that's been going on for 60 years, going back to the advent of television. Movie theaters have always had to come up with, the latest gimmicks to keep people coming in. I mean, whether we're talking about D or Cinescope or all these gimmicks, going back, back to the 1950s, literally. So I think movie theaters will always be around in some capacity just because there's that shared communal experience of going to the movies. It is an event. So I think they'll always be around to some degree, but I do agree that like I said before, we are living in a golden age of television, and I do think that people do go to the movies less than they did, 10, 15 years ago.
I mean, because they charge a whole ton of money. Just the other day, my kids and I went to watch Wreck-It Ralph, and I came out of the movie theater thinking, like, where the hell did I could have just waited like 6 months and wait for Wreck-It Ralph to come out on Blu-ray and
6 months. Like try next week.
I know, but I would have saved like what, $60 going to the movie theater.
Oh no, my family, we go to like maybe 2-3 movies a year tops, and we'll go to the latest DC film, and Star Wars or whatnot. But we maybe go to 2 or 3 tops a year, and if it was cheaper, you have 4, and then buy tickets and then buy all this shit. You don't have to buy the shit, but we always buy the shit.
Yeah,
the popcorn stuff. You're looking at $100, man.
Yeah, for me, it's like, well, I grew up. I'm a big movie buff, so any good movie, I'm there. Shoot, I went to watch what's that movie? Overlord, I think that's the name, and the World War II with the zombies. Just because it's a World War II with zombies.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
No, you can't. But I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. Like, it comes down to me sitting in the couch and watching a movie, and occasionally going to the movie theater once in a while. I'm down for that. And speaking of big name characters or actors, Scarlet Witch, what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen. She's gonna have her own TV show as Scarlet Witch in the streaming service. Loki, Tom Hiddleston, is gonna have his own show. So, like you said, Red Cup, they are migrating to TV shows now, especially Disney.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not gonna.
Yeah.
That's I don't want to say it's not a bold move. It's just like I think Disney is also ahead of the curve on a lot of things too. Like, fuck it. You know what? This is where it's going. We might as be the ones to just kick the goddamn door down and do it. We're Disney.
Yeah. They're like, you know what? We have endless amount of money. let's do it.
Yeah,
and you know what? They're gonna make their money back. They're gonna make their money back. I mean, buying Star Wars for how many? $4 billion was the smartest move they've ever done.
Well, they've already made that shit back. They're in the green already.
No, they've been on the green. They've been in the green after Force Awakens.
Yeah.
You know how much did that movie make? You know how much?
Dude, it was like $2 billion or some shit, or like $1.5 billion, and that's just theater tickets. That's not even merchandising or anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Licensing that they're happy. Smartest move that they ever made.
Yeah, you know, Disney scares the shit out of me, and just that conglomeration is never a good thing. Overblown conglomeration. It just feels like Disney's buying everything now, and that's going to limit choices, and that's going to limit quality eventually. It's a lot like what happened with radio after the 1996 FCC Act, when large companies could buy up multiple stations in a single market. Your local radio stations went to shit at that point. Video didn't kill the radio star. Conglomeration and automation did. I know that from experience.
It's funny you mentioned.
I was trying to break into that.
You go from that's a great example, and I always go back to what happened with WWE, right? So I'm wondering if WWE was at its best, in my opinion, right during the Attitude Era, right before they bought WCW, because they had to be on their game because of the Monday Night Wars. WCW was kicking their ass in the ratings, so it caused them to have to, really up their game. So they up their game, they become the fucking coolest show on TV, and then they buy WCW, and it's been downhill ever since. So I'm wondering if, like, all these Disney's buying up all this stuff, and all these companies are like merging here and there, and then eventually they might just be like, fuck it, there's only us left, so do we really need to put out the best shit, or could we just be fucking Mezco about it and just do whatever?
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
Yeah, I know Baz, I think, is off on the video. I don't know if he's still with us on audio. He hasn't spoken in a while, and I know that this is like a thing that me and him usually talk about. Baz, you still with us? Because I got your picture. I don't have any video from you.
Oh, that scared the crap out of me. I was like, wow, Baz is not blinking.
Yeah, he's just standing there all of a sudden. Yeah,
I thought, holy
Baz,
shit.
jump out of if you could hear me, jump out of the room. I'll send you another invite. So if you want, you can leave the room. I'll send you another invite now and see what happens.
No, I just went to the shitter.
Oh, that's cool. So did you catch what we were saying about like these things kind of coming together and conglomerations kind of possibly fucking this up in the future because they're not going to have to put out quality shows?
Kinda.
Well,
anyone watching the fight tonight? Heavyweight championship.
I don't give a fuck about boxing.
Come on, bro. Deontay Wilder.
Unless it's Rocky Balboa, I don't really care.
Creed 2 was excellent.
Oh, I got to watch that show. I mean, that movie.
everything shows now.
We're talking about shows. I
got to see Creed 2. I've not seen Creed 2 yet. I've heard great things, guys. Things.
I heard great things, too.
Yeah,
better than one.
Oh, wow. Nice. And I liked one. So...
I wasn't a fan of this. There was a couple of things I wanted to get to, but since we're on the topic, and I know PJ just brought this up, I was not a fan of fucking Wreck-It Ralph, man. This next one, I love the original. I fucking hated this new movie, man.
I think it's because I think it's gearing to the kids that are nowadays, in terms of the internet and how everything works. And I mean, I actually fell asleep because I was so tired. My wife wanted to watch it like after I got home from work, and I'm like, ugh. So the kids liked it. It's definitely not better than the first one. I think we all agreed that the first one's better, but I think because they play that stupid game Fortnite, they're probably playing right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's just one of those things that the Fortnite kids probably love this movie. And I thought it was okay. I like their little take on the internet, and how the pop-ups and all this dark web.
Yeah, some of it was cute and cool. It had me laughing a few times, but to me, it felt like I don't want to gear the show into a political discussion, but it felt so politically overhanded with a lot of the messaging that they were trying to put across in the movie, and I just kind of want to watch. I don't know. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. Between the
I haven't. Oh, sorry.
That like the whole toxic masculinity thing. Everything men do is wrong. Everything women do is great. It's like, all right, we know. You know, you watch Wonder Woman. You don't. Chris Pine didn't have to suck in order for Wonder Woman to be good. He was also awesome in that movie, and it just made Wonder Woman that much more awesome because she was just fucking awesome because she was awesome. She didn't need every other guy around her to be a bumbling idiot in order to prop her up.
And I'm going to go back to Star Wars. And this is what they're shoving down my throat, especially that stupid robot from Solo who kept, I don't know.
We're gonna be
it's just like, you know, I agree with you. And it's just one of those things like, yeah, we get it. Men suck. All right. No, women are coming aboard. We respect that. It's new age. You don't have to tell it in every TV show, movies. We get it. You guys, I mean, come on. There was almost a woman president. There's a whole bunch of women that are in power. Kathleen Kennedy's in charge of Lucasfilms. Like, what more do you want?
You don't need to. Every time I play a long RPG video game, right, I create a female character. I actually, most, like 90% of the time, I play a female character when I have to create what I play Dungeons and Dragons. I usually role play a female. When I play Mass Effect, I was a female character. Because I just feel as though if I'm going to be spending a lot of time with something, I might as well be something that I like looking at, mostly in video games, which would be a female. And when it's done correctly, i.e. Wonder Woman, Princess Leia, Baz and I were talking about this recently, Sarah Connor, Ripley, they're just fucking awesome characters.
Yeah, they don't need to shove it down your throat, right?
Like the Space Marines were awesome, and so was Ripley. It's okay.
Ripley was badass.
You just
an alien queen by herself.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they and it just seems, because of that, I think it seems agenda driven, and that's why it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I happen to with the fucking Star Wars. We gotta just this is the fucking Star Wars show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I like Rey. I think Daisy Ridley is great. I don't just think she's hot. I just like her. I like her acting. I think she's doing a great job with it. I know Mary Sue, all that other stuff. Yes. I'm not getting into that, but I think Rey is fucking awesome. But I also think other characters in that movie are also. Kylo Ren, to me, is still awesome. Even though he's whiny, he's still. Adam Driver is a fucking an acting genius in those movies.
Actually, check who I found.
Oh shit!
At the local toy shop.
Oh shit!
The best Han ever.
Yeah, Bespin Han's fucking awesome. Love the blue jacket, bro.
Yeah. But the thing is, for me, it's one of those things. Is like,
here we go.
If they're gonna bring women into this and try to Rey, they didn't have to force it down our throat, especially with the whole Mary Sue thing. I think if Rey had an awesome character development where she's like, okay, training, and then becomes this awesome Jedi Master, that is okay with me. Not like, oh my gosh, I could kick Kylo Ren's ass, even though I never got any training whatsoever. Kylo Ren got all the training from the Jedi Master Luke, and he still couldn't beat Rey. I know he was hurt. Yeah, he got shot in the stomach with a bowcaster. But still,
actually, if you're going off of Star Wars lore, the fact that Kylo Ren was hurt in that scene should have made him more powerful.
Yeah,
Sith or the dark side feeds off of pain. That's why Darth Vader is constantly in pain as Darth Vader, because that's why his wounds were never fully healed, and he walks around in this horrible suit that doesn't fit him right, because the pain makes him more powerful. But I could go on and on about
this
that.
Is gonna be, you know what? I
am keeping my powder dry for when we actually talk about this in a later episode when we actually go over the sequels.
I keep trying to hold off on the onslaught I'm about to fucking receive, but it just seems like it's just the crack is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like when fucking Doomsday was punching that wall and eventually broke through, right? This is where we're at with this shit. But anyways, I knew fucking Star Wars was.
You know what gave me a bad taste real quick in my mouth is that stupid green milk scene
Oh God! Come on, could you? What? I had to sit through you guys fucking wax poetic about those pieces of shit 2 weeks ago.
First of
and you're
all,
gonna talk to me about
why
milk?
You know what? If he's gonna do that, why even use a freaking water bottle? Why don't you just suck the nipple? Right? Why do you have to take like?
You know,
you might as well. The guy,
you know,
sitting right there. I would have just done it. I'm like, oh fuck it.
Even that
of all
creature
the
Daisy
scenes,
Ridley looked like, what the fuck?
Yeah, even Daisy was like, "What the hell's going on here? Is this really?"
that scene didn't really bother me that much. Of all the scenes in The Last Jedi, I mean, that scene kind of like, okay, I could see Luke kind of doing that, But of all the scenes, I'll defend that one. That one didn't bother me too much.
Knack,
we're defending.
We're not friends anymore.
Sucking on walrus now on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
And did you see that alien's face after that? Oh, like come on!
Yeah.
This is a kids
That
movie.
looked like it. Yeah.
Your target audience is the kids with this. Like I'm like my kids were like, what the hell?
All right.
We'll move on to the next topic. Before we go on,
Doesn't Rose Tico look like something straight out of Super Mario Brothers?
Rose
Oh
Tico?
Christ! Stop it with the fucking Last Jedi shit.
You know what?
Rose Tico.
I don't know. She's another annoying character, and I just felt that. I don't know. What's that quote? That's how we're. That's how
Am
we're.
I back? I fell off, guys. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Okay, I fell off. Okay, cool.
Because he's
Knack, you came back at a good time because I'm gonna say the best quote in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. That's how we're gonna win. Not fighting what we hate.
Oh God!
Saving what we love.
And then the door explodes in the background.
Oh God! All right. I digress. I'm so sorry.
It's.
I'll save it for the next.
You guys are gonna fucking force me to like pay to have yous all fly to my house to sit down and do a live fucking stream of these prequel movies and just sit through me beating the shit out of them and watch them and stream that.
Listen, there's only 2 times where I left the theater in stunned silence. That was Fantastic Four and The Last Jedi.
Actually, you know what? And I'm going to tell you this. I eat everything Star Wars, all right? Like, my wife, she had to sit through the Clone Wars movie with me, and I feel so sorry for her because that Clone Wars movie, the cartoon movie, the animated movie, was not that good. And I had to admit that, but I still liked it, okay? And she asked me as soon as I got out of that movie theater if I liked Last Jedi. Oh my gosh, like I was so confused. I'm like, I want to say yes because I'm a Star Wars fan, but immediately I said, no, I don't like it. And she was shocked. I was like, I can't believe it. I cried in the corner, like where they're throwing out the garbage, their cups. I was crying right next to it, in a fetal position, sucking on my.
You fucking guys suck. I had to
Bro,
be
my girlfriend was laughing at it because it reminded her of Spaceballs.
This is my fucking penance, right? Having to be friends with you assholes.
Hey Rob, I love you. I love you, man. You're my absolute positively. I will say this with 100% certainty, bro. You are my 100% favorite Last Jedi apologist in the whole world, man. I love you.
Okay. That's like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome. Thanks, bro.
No, man. No, man.
Going back to
hey, look. My wife's favorite movie in the world is Hudson Hawk, and I love her. So
awesome.
I was gonna say, I think. Let me. Kev's Matrix actually makes a good point. He says that Ahsoka is one of like his favorite female Jedi. I mean, that's a strong female character in terms of in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
So I'm telling.
Oh, I agree.
That was a natural progression. It wasn't forced down our throat. I hated Ahsoka
for the first season of Clone Wars. In the Clone Wars movie, I hated her. I thought she was the scrappy do of the series. The one, the puppy power character, and I just thought she was obnoxious and off the wall. The whole Sky Guy shit and all this stuff, and she just, like a fungus. She just kind of grew and grew on me, and she actually had a good character development. She had a good story arc, and by the end of it, she was actually a really great character. And yeah, absolutely.
Especially in the Rebels. Oh my gosh, she was badass in Rebels.
I really liked Rebels.
Yeah, she's one of the best characters.
I'm halfway through the second season because I'm still trying to get my son to.
Dude.
I know.
Dude.
I know what goes on. I kind of know all the fucking spoilers. I know about the time travel and all that bullshit.
Why? Why did you? Who spoiled it for you? We're coming over.
Just like being alive.
No, we're coming over at that person's house right now. I hate spoiler alert people.
But look, man, it's my fault. There's fucking.
Hold on.
Halfway through season 2, and it's.
Guys, you hear about the Rey's vision in the Force Awakens? How she was supposed to have seen Luke and Vader fighting from Empire.
Oh, she was?
Well, we kind of got that hint in the movie with where you saw the galleyway on Bespin there.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was sort of teased.
Okay, because they showed pictures of this guy who was actually cast as Luke, another actor cast as Luke, and he was supposed to be in the vision. It was supposed to be a scene filmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what do you think that means? Like, why would she see Vader and Luke fighting in that battle specifically?
Because she is a Skywalker.
These films are so disjointed, man. I have no idea. It's like a bad trip.
Yeah.
They're saying that
that was the last battle that lightsaber was involved with, right?
Yeah, essentially that we know of. I mean, we never really knew. We never really found out how what's her name got a hold of it. Maz. We never know how Maz got the lightsaber because that's the story for another time. They never got back to it.
Some people are saying that. Some people are saying that Rey was cloned from Luke's hand.
Yeah, they were saying that. That was a theory that she was a clone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility. To be honest, my theory, I think she's sisters with Ben Solo, and I think she is younger than Kylo Ren. So probably what happened was, Kylo was. And Han was, Kylo was away in Jedi Temple doing his thing, and they probably had a baby, or Leia was probably pregnant with Rey. And at some point, when she sees that Kylo's going crazy, that's when she probably decided to ship.
I think the reason why Han might not know that, or picked up on that it was his daughter, if that's the case, because that was my theory too, that they're brother and sister, and they're like, well, how could it be? I think that Han left before she was born.
Yeah.
Maybe halfway through the pregnancy, right before she started showing, Han was like, oh, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
And
probably when she was
born. Well, that would sure.
Sorry.
Well, I would sure explain why Princess Leia, or General Leia, I guess, hugs her at the end of Force Awakens and not frickin' Chewie. Yeah. God. What's up with that?
And actually, there's a scene in when Han and Rey were standing in where Maz Kanata's temple was, or her hideout was, and then Han looks at Rey and almost like, hey, who are you? Are you my daughter? There's
he has that I know who you are, but I really don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, especially how she knew the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that.
It seems to come to her really easily and stuff. I don't. I get what they. Go ahead, Knack.
Oh, I was just going to say, with Rey's character, and I'm not going to get into the whole Mary Sue stuff and all that, I will say that she is dramatically underdeveloped at this point. And her story arc is just she's basically like a serial mascot at this point. She's like Tony the fucking Tiger, man. But at least with Tony the Tiger, We know why he's like so good at playing racquetball and swimming and 2-on-2 hoops. It's because of his vitamin-packed Frosted Flakes. See, we have no idea why Ray's so young in the Force, though. So Tony the Tiger at this point is a better developed character than Ray. However, I will say this. If they could fix Ray by kind of doing like the hero's journey in reverse with her in the 9th film, whereas like she's like a clone of Palpatine, basically. That's why she doesn't know who the hell she is. That's why there's no backstory to her, that's why she was just like kind of like brought out from like the midichlorians or some shit like that, and basically be a clone of Palpatine. And then she like explodes into this evil, nasty looking siren thing with like snakes coming out of her ass. And Luke and Kylo Ren have to team up in the end to kill her. That would make episode 9 awesome, and I'd be back on board.
That's what I keep saying. Like, to save this story, they have to go batshit crazy. Be as imaginative as possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, snake coming out her ass. Now, my question is, are those her ass hairs, or are they real snakes?
I don't know. I'll leave that to the fine CG folks at Lucasfilm. But I'm just saying. I think they have to do something like that with her character to explain this, because they've got to retcon this so bad at this point.
I think that, unfortunately, like, I would prefer. I'm the guy that likes all these new movies, right? I'm the fucking guy that's like, yay, Disney Star Wars, right? But I'll tell you that I would prefer that she's a Skywalker or a Solo or whatever. She'd still kind of be a Skywalker at that point, right? Because she'd be like Leia's kid. I would prefer her being related. I know why they didn't make her related, and I'm okay with that too, so far, if that's the case they're going with. But I would prefer her to be related because this is a Skywalker saga type. This is the Skywalker saga, right? And they wanted, like, oh, anybody can use the Force. We get it. Like, this is where, oh, God, I'm going to catch so much shit for this. Like, the over-liberal thing comes in where they're like, yay, we could all celebrate in the Force, and it doesn't matter who you are. I understand. This is still the fucking Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
A participation trophy for everybody.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Look, that's where that's where my mind goes schizo, too.
They need to stop. The movies have to stop like putting fuel into the fire. And when I say fire, to these liberal ideas of naming their kid A B C D E and calling Abizalil.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that mom with the daughter, and everyone's like laughing because her name is A B C D E?
What?
Literally,
I saw something on that. I don't know.
Jesus Christ. This fucking, all right.
Mommy, why is everyone laughing? Is it because of my name?
So, but I have a feeling, though, just for the same way we think every time they cast somebody in a Star Wars movie, oh, who is it going to be? Is it going to be, a flashback to this character? Is it going to be another Force user and it just winds up being some fucking admiral in the background or some bullshit? Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that they're just going to say, fuck it. We already went this far. Just keep her as nobody and just keep the story moving forward as opposed to retconning. Mm-hmm. And not even that they would be retconning. They would just be saying like, yo, Kylo Ren's full of shit. You really were a Skywalker. It doesn't matter. It's not really much of a retcon, The idea that she's, oh God, well, this is going to turn into a fucking Force Awakens episode. Look, man, we'll continue, all right?
But can I just share this one thing with you guys?
Oh, fuck.
No. It's nothing. It's nothing bad, actually. It's actually pretty cool. So, have you guys heard of Heroes and Villains Star Wars apparel? I know we're all so they make this hat, right? And I have to say, guys, you guys have to check them out. They have this like really awesome line, and I'm just gonna try and figure out how to share this with you guys. I apologize if I'm taking a little bit of your time here. Hold on. 1 second. Application window. What the hell? No, that's not what I want. I'm sorry. I can't figure it out.
There's usually in the upper left-hand corner of your screen there should be something that says screen share.
Yeah,
button with an arrow.
I'm doing that, but it's like screen sharing my
your desktop.
Yeah,
that's because that's because the picture has to be behind the video. So you want that up on your desktop, and then bring up the stream in front of it, and then you'll be able to screen share it. It only screen shares from what's actually up, not minimized.
Gotcha. There you go. Duh.
There we
Anyway,
go.
so
Wow.
anyway, yeah, you guys have to check these their collection out. They're actually super awesome. I just bought like I bought this hat, the Tempest Scout, and it's like I don't know, it's almost like I got this one. This is what I'm wearing right now. So pretty cool.
Oh, nice. That's a fucking
Sweet.
dope shirt.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know how to explain their apparel, but it's I mean I like this jacket. It's just too out there for me.
What is it called? Heroes and Villains is the name of the company.
Yeah, yeah, they were in New York Comic Con. That's how I discovered them. But I love these hats. They're awesome. Look at the T-shirt. That's like a little like, I don't know about this one, but
Kev's Matrix real Ewok fur. I'm sure that would make Baz happy.
yeah, pretty cool. Definitely check it out while we're talking about Star Wars stuff.
Has anybody seen this new these new shorts called the Galaxy of Adventure, the new Star Wars internet show?
Oh yeah, I love it. I actually love it because I let the kids watch it, and they're like, "Oh, cool! Like that's what the story's about,"
I really enjoy it too. I think the animation is great. I like that they're using the original. I wish it was more of a show. Like I want to see, like for some reason, I want to see the original Star Wars movies in like these crazy animation forms now. Like I'm like watching more and more of these. Like there's a trailer of like Japanese anime for the episode 4, and I'm like, I want to see this fucking movie. Well, I know the movie. I just want to see the animated version. But I like they're using clips of the audio clips. There's a guy, Baz, on Twitter we both follow, Ancient Culture or Jason Culture, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. And he was shitting all over this, saying, "Oh, it's terrible, it doesn't sync up, fuck this, Star Wars sucks, they're just throwing shit at the wall." And that to me was like, look, man, the fucking animation is dope. This shit looks cool. Stop just shitting on it because it's Star Wars and it's the new in thing to do, because this actually does look fucking good. Only problem is that they're only like a minute long. It's like 40 seconds to a minute long, and this is really just to show like the original movies to like little kids, because it's like basically this Galaxy of Adventure on YouTube is a page for like little kids, so
yeah, but it has like an exaggerated anime kind of like animation, very action heavy. It just shows the original movies like in a different light. I like it.
Hold on a second, there's 2 fucking Paradox nerds now. What the hell is going on?
Sorry, I don't know. I lost connection for whatever.
Oh no, but there's literally 2 of you now in the chat.
I'm like a gremlin. I could like clone myself.
You're turning into fucking Smith, bro.
Yeah, I turned. I put some water over my head and I cloned myself again.
But I don't know. I like it. I like the animation. I like the exaggerated style of it. And I'm not even really that big of a fan of anime. But there's just enough of it in this, and I like the coloring. I really like that the coloring brings me kind of back to like the old Star Wars-y graphics, old movies. Is like a little bit of a grit and grime to the coloration that they're using. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was go ahead. I was just gonna say I haven't seen I didn't know the shorts were actually out yet. I watched the trailer for it, which kind of like showed a bunch of them. So I guess I kind of had a good impression of it. And I liked it as well. I thought it looked really spot on, really nice. And I'm with you, Rob. I would love to see some kind of animated original trilogy love coming out, because I mean, if you think about it, how many characters now have had more screen time than Luke Skywalker? So I would be all on board with that.
Oh shit! Paradox has actually got it playing. Paradox, talk.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to just show this real quick, and this is like they give like background story behind like each character that they're doing, and it's really cool because it kind of gives like a little input for my kids, especially like I have a 3-year-old, and he watches. It's like, oh, cool, like that's Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker. He's the bad guy, blah blah blah. So.
But it looks cool. It doesn't look like kiddie-like,
No, and I just love the fact that they're using the old trilogy to get the new fans aboard and to watch like Star Wars.
I was watching the Vader short, right, where they do the whole he's in the hallway in Rogue One. Like they replay that scene where the guys will have the guns pointed at him and he turns on his fucking lightsaber and he's just whacking them. And I'm like, holy shit, this is like a little kid's thing. So they're just showing the lightsaber, like the guy like this and then the lightsaber slash and then the guy like falls over. So you're not really seeing him kill these guys. He's like picking the dudes up and smacking them together and they're falling to the floor. So it's like a little bit of a watered down version of what you saw in Rogue One, but it was still like, okay, we don't have to treat kids like they're morons. The kids are smarter than we give them credit for. So we're going to show them like how badass Vader really is. And it ends with him standing there and he fucking turns the lightsaber off, I think, or he like swings it at the screen and you just see the bodies of all the fucking rebel troopers and shit, man. It's definitely cool.
Yeah.
I got to check those out.
They're not, you can watch the whole thing in like 5 minutes. You'll see every fucking shot in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, can I ask you guys, are you guys going to a Star Wars Celebration?
Nah, man, I can't afford to fucking go there.
I wish so I could boo Kathleen Kennedy off the stage.
Yeah. I mean, Knack, have you been to Star Wars Celebration?
You know, I never have, and I kick myself because we actually had the first celebration here in Denver in '99, but no, I've never been.
I mean, I know we're all Star Wars fans here. You guys have to just experience it once. It's one of those, and try to apply for a press pass if you guys can. I'm trying.
That'd be awesome.
Just to try it, even though I might, most likely get a no. But
are tickets still available?
Yeah, the only thing that's available is Sunday and Monday now.
Yo, Star Wars Celebration. Yo, good luck to you if you can get a press pass. The Toy Fair. I was talking to the guy that got me in because I'm getting in through Geekstronomy.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of my partner sites. And I was like, yo, I'll just fucking apply too. Because he was like, yo, I'm going to apply. Maybe you should. And I was like, yeah, I know I'm on the phone with him. And he's like, yo, don't even apply. I'm on the site right now. It went from being 10,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers this year.
Yeah, who the hell's going to go?
It's to get into Toy Fair, you need to have 100,000 subscribers. That's insane.
No one's
just the minimum. That's not like there's other things. You need to have 100,000 subscribers now plus other stuff. Like last year, it was 10,000 subscribers and like 1,000 unique visitors to your YouTube site per week or something. And now it's like 100,000 and something else. And it's like, yo, dude, this is just that's insane. So good luck to you for fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, that sounds fun. You know what? I gotta admit though, and I don't know. This sounds kind of bad, but I honestly have kind of gotten kind of turned off from going to cons and whatnot. I've been to San Diego Comic-Con twice. I've been to various Star Fests and things like that here in Denver. And you know what? I go to these things, and honestly, it's like I'm a huge fan. I consider myself a super fan of Star Wars and various geek things, Star Trek, Transformers, all those things. I consider myself a big fan of these things. But when I get in a room with people that are just like far more zealous about it than I am, it kind of makes me kind of like have regrets and rethink my life a little bit. I mean, I can remember sitting in line at Comic-Con in 2007 at San Diego Comic-Con. And we were in front of these people, and they were all dressed up in like original Star Trek uniforms, and that was okay. It didn't bother me that bad. But they like reeked of BO, and they were like talking about their fan fiction Star Trek series that they were coming up with, like it was like this amazing thing, and it sounded like shit. And I was just
mouth breathers, bro.
Yeah, dude, I was just embarrassed. I was embarrassed to be there, and I was just like, you know what? Man, I mean, I love this stuff too, but holy shit, I'll put on a T-shirt or something that says I love it, but I'm not gonna walk out of the house dressed up like an asshole. I don't know. I just.
Oh, that was great.
Well, actually, I've been to Star Wars Celebration once, and I've been there for the first time, like when they had the 40th anniversary, right? It was really cool, and it was nice talking to some of the Star Wars fans out there. And this is before The Last Jedi came out, and they were trying to promote The Last Jedi. Ryan Johnson, which I gave him a lot of props. People were lined up to go see the panel. He came out and actually signed everyone's like badge, each and everyone's fans, which I gave him a lot of props. Then the movie came out, and I hated him. So,
guys, fuck you.
He was a nice guy until the movie came out. But anyway, I get what you're saying, Knick Knack. It is a little bit, like you question. You're like, damn, I thought I was a big fan. That guy's a even bigger fan. The Chewbacca cosplayer over there who actually uses real body hair to dress up as Chewbacca. You're like, oh shit.
I'm getting sick of conventions in general because I'm just sick and tired of getting just milked for every bit of money. Like, there's no deals. I don't get any deals when I go to these conventions.
Yeah.
And they don't even cater to the fans. Like, they don't even have areas where we could sit and relax and maybe recharge. They just use every bit of space to just try to sell us more and more and more. And even, the celebrities, their prices have gone up. They've doubled their prices. Like, when you meet them or get an autograph, and it's just too much money now. They're trying to milk us too much, and I don't see any benefit anymore out of going.
Yeah, and you got companies like Mezco that ruin it for everyone too. I mean, sorry, going back to Mezco, but you know what? To be honest, I just hope that like the smaller cons get a little bit bigger, so it kind of spreads out the wealth, and I hope that companies decide to go to the smaller cons, just because it's just too crazy, and hopefully they could spread out the crowd and people like, oh shoot, Sideshow's going to be in, I don't know, Colorado Con or something, Denver Con. We're going to be there. And then, I don't know.
Yeah, we do have our Comic Con here. It's in July or June. Mm-hmm. I think it's June. It's around Father's Day weekend. The Denver Comic Con actually has gotten pretty big here. I've never been, but my friend, on my show sometimes, Uncle Pat, he's an artist. He has his own comic book that he's tried to sell, and he's had a table at the Denver Comic Con a few times, and it's gotten pretty big from what I understand. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, I like you guys said, I just have a hard time. I don't get really up for those things because, if I could go there and find things like from a collectible standpoint that would like be unique and be really cool, then I'd be more apt to go. But as it is, if I don't know, man.
Baz and I were able to do that back when Wizard World was still coming to New York. Remember the Wizard World cons we used to go to, Baz? We used to say, this is better than New York Comic Con because you could actually walk up to the celebrities and just talk to them. There wasn't a fucking a barricade for you to get through. I was at
Wait, hold on, Rob, real quick. There was one con we went to, and the WWE Divas and Taylor Dane were all having lunch at this little cafeteria.
Yep, with
us. I mean, come on.
They were the trashiest bunch of fucking hoes too. It was a shame because at that time they fucking came across as real fucking just like skanky bitches, and we ran into what's her face.
What's wrong with that?
Molly Holly.
Molly Holly, yeah.
Molly Holly was at her booth, and at the time they were like her storyline on the show on wrestling was like they were calling her all the hot divas were calling her the fat girl. They're like, oh, she's the fat girl. She's the fat girl. That was like her storyline on wrestling or whatever because she was kind of thicker than the rest of them. We go through this con, we see these skanky bitches online. They might be the sweetest girls in the world, so I really shouldn't be saying this, but we're just like, we were kind of like, yeah, all right, whatever. They just look like club girls. Like, all right, there they are. It's cool to see them. We walked by the where Molly Holly was, and it looked like we were staring at a fucking angel. This girl was glowing. You remember this? We were like, holy shit.
Yeah, she looked like a goddess.
Was gorgeous. Like, she was so put together and so not like skanky looking, and she was very classy. And she was kind of like alone at her booth just doing her thing. And I was like, it's funny how all the real hot divas are over there looking skanky and shit. And this girl is like kind of classy and she's supposed to be the ugly one. And she fucking blew them all out of the water, man.
Yeah, I'll say this. I will say this. I will give one positive Comic-Con experience I had. When I was at San Diego Comic-Con, I think in 2007, I was in the Diamond Select Art Asylum booth because they had this exclusive Captain Kirk in a captain's chair piece that I picked up, and that was really, really cool. And I had the opportunity, and I didn't even know it until I was like right on top of her, like standing right really close to her. I was like standing like 2 feet from Nichelle Nichols, and it was just so, it was just kind of like mind, just jaw dropping. I mean, she just came across this really, really sweet, elderly old lady. She's probably in her 80s at the time then. maybe late 70s, early 80s at the time. But it was just like, oh, I really geeked out at that. So that was like the one time I was like really, really, amped at a Comic-Con. That, and I got to see Erin Gray too. She was, because, well, you guys remember Buck Rogers in the 25th century?
Oh, it was my favorite show as a kid.
Oh, so sexy, and she actually still looked pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. That's some cool shit. But yeah, me and Baz looked at each other like, Jesus Christ, fucking girls over here could learn something from this chick. Like, she wasn't even like that much with the makeup and shit. She just was like classier looking, and she was kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was a conglomeration of the fact that she was like the fat girl. She wasn't even fat. The fucking girl was fucking looked good. And she she had like the thick bottom with the thick legs and stuff, but I kind of like that, so it's all good.
The last convention I went to, what's his name? Shatner was charging $80 just for an autograph.
What?
Yeah, that's where it's at, and you're lucky that that's all he was fucking charging, man. A lot of these, even like the low-level guys now, are charging crazy numbers. The dude from that plays Ezekiel on The Walking Dead, and he's Cyborg, the voice of Cyborg on the Teen Titans Go. He was charging like $80 a picture and an autograph. It was like $150 for a picture and an autograph. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I mean, I'm not a Walking Dead fan, but this guy's like a B team member of The Walking Dead, and he's charging that much.
I knew when we had a Denver Comic-Con here in town, I was telling you, this is secondhand information, of course, but my friend Uncle telling me that they had, when we had Stan Lee in town, now, rest in peace, sir, but I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but they were charging like $300, and you weren't even allowed to talk to him. You were just allowed to go stand next to him. Now I can understand not being allowed to touch him, because he's a 94-year-old man at the time, 93-year-old man at the time. He probably doesn't want to be touched by 800 strangers. That probably wouldn't be very good for him health-wise. I can understand that, but you weren't even allowed to talk to him. You just were allowed to $300 to go stand by him, have your picture taken, and he'd sign something. And it was like my friend was like, dude, we'll just put a cutout cardboard there.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm not really digging that. At the I did go to what's that convention? Terrificon, right? That takes place in Mohegan Sun up in Connecticut every August. And I went there, and I ran into bust this out. I ran into Sam Jones was there, right? Mm-hmm. So I got him to sign my Jets helmet, because we all know that fucking Flash Gordon was number 19 on the Jets, right? And I'm a Jet fan. So I got him to sign this little mini Jet helmet, and he was charging, I think, $40 for an autograph. No, it was $60 for the autograph, but every other thing you did, everything, it was $20 off. So it was like $60, and then the next thing you got was $40, and then the next thing you got was $20, I think, or something like that. And but I was like, yeah, all right, sure, I want a picture and an autograph. And dude, the dude took like 6 pictures with me. He was fucking playing. He was playing Queen for my son. He asked Grayson, like, yo, what's your favorite band? And he was like, oh, We Will Rock You. I like that song. So he put on the We Will Rock You music video, and he was talking to my wife about how Wesley Snipes was like, his first gig was as the dancer in the Michael Jackson Bad video. And she's like, I can't believe I got fucking Flash Gordon giving me a crash course on MTV, old MTV music videos. So it was like a full experience. We got to hang out with the guy for like 5-6 minutes, and it was really nice. That was worth it.
That is nice.
It's like you're paying.
That is cool.
It's like, I ended up paying like $120 for all the autographs, because I got like 2 helmets signed and a bunch of it was less than that. It was like $100 for everything. I got like two signatures in the picture, but then I got like 6 minutes to talk to the guy and hang out, and he was bullshitting with my son, and he was fucking talking to my wife, and he was like, oh, I'll take another picture. He goes, oh, screw it, I'll come out from behind the booth, we'll take a whole family photo. Like, he just kept going and going with it. So it was like an experience, as opposed to just like, all right, give me a shit, here you go, fuck off.
All right, so who would you guys pay for to take a picture with?
The only person I've paid to take a picture with besides Sam Jones, because I was doing the autographs anyway, and Flash Gordon's, he's just fucking awesome. And it was like I think it was like $20. I paid to get a picture with Timac, who's Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon, because I fucking love that movie. Uh-huh. And again, he was like, yo, I was like, how much for a picture? He's like, oh, $20 for a picture, $20 for an autograph. So I gave him the $40. He signed my DVD, wrote Who's the Master on it. Then I started talking to him about like, oh, when I was a little kid, I used to like the movie or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, like what'd you like about it, and how old were you? And I was telling him like, oh, my buddy and I in grammar school, like the 4th grade, used to do like say the Daddy Green's Pizza, movie your feet, and we'd make each other laugh in school and get in trouble by the teacher because we were constantly doing Bruce Leroy jokes. And he was like, oh, that, and he was talking back to me and hanging out. He came out from back behind the booth. We fucking hugged me and shit. I was like, yo, I don't have a problem paying for that because you're giving me your time. You know, you're actually feigning like you're interested. You know, I mean, these guys might be. Who the fuck knows? Half the time. So that was cool. I was like, all right, this is money well spent. But as far as like people now, I would love to meet Kurt Russell. He's like one of my favorite just fucking guys ever. It's too bad Roddy Piper died because They Live was one of my favorite all-time movies, and I'll never get to meet him. But I would have paid for him. I would pay for Kurt Russell, and off the top of my head, probably Andrew Dice Clay because I love that man.
Hickory dickory.
I got Keaton, man. But he doesn't get
Keaton too. Keaton's up there.
I'll leave the rest up to you.
And it depends, though. If Keaton's charging like $300 for the autograph, I'm not doing it. Or the picture. Like, I can't go into the hundreds of dollars for someone's signature or picture because that's like a car payment, man. Or now you're eating into my fucking mortgage money, you know?
No, you're eating to my Hot Toys money.
I would like Frank Miller. I'd like a picture with Frank Miller.
I like a picture with George Lucas.
Oh, God, why? So you can fucking throw darts at it?
Would you play with his turkey neck?
Well, you see, I thought it would be extra special if we took this photo. Shut the fuck up, George.
Come on.
Nah, I hate that man.
Why? He created Star Wars.
I love that man. Thanks for reminding me. I love you and I hate you.
Oh, come on.
I have the same relationship with George Lucas that Anakin has with Obi-Wan. I kind of like you, but I really don't.
Well, I was going to ask you, speaking of Hot Toys, are you guys picking up any of the new Star Wars Hot Toys?
I got Kylo Ren, the new Kylo Ren coming because I just sold my Kylo Ren and I just sold my Luke from The Force Awakens in the white outfit. Yeah. And I have because I want the new Kylo Ren with the unmasked head.
Yeah, that wasn't Luke anyway, dude. That was Jake.
So and the best version of Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi.
No.
Jake Skywalker you're talking about.
Yeah, I love Jake Skywalker is my favorite. I got Crate Luke coming, but he's not going to be here until like next September. So as far as Star Wars Hot Toys go, I got Jake Skywalker from The Last Jedi and Kylo Ren. And I think that's it. I'm not sure. I have like a bunch of other ones coming, but I don't think any of
seriously, type in Jake Skywalker. There's a bunch of cartoons online.
Oh, really?
With Jake Skywalker.
Oh, that's
They're hysterical.
What about you?
Well, I have the Kylo Ren, and that's really good. The from The Last Jedi.
Well, your video actually was the icing on the cake. Because I was like, oh, should I get it? I was like, nah, I don't really need it. And then I watched your video, and I was like, first of all, how the fuck did you get it so early, number one? Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I'll get – I was like, you know, I want this version.
Yeah, I have a Knack from Hong Kong that helps me out, so.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I watched your video too, man, and I got to tell you, I mean, Jesus, I mean, I can't stand that movie, but figure looked really good.
The figure is good. I'm with you, Knack. I can't stand the movie, and it's just one of those. Like I actually just like I'm a dark side guy, so I like Kylo. I like his progression. Even he went from being a whiny bitch to being this not so whiny bitch.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just have a hard time with his character, man. I just don't want to own anything. I just don't want to own any Hot Toys figures who probably cry when they masturbate. So
I feel the same way about Anakin.
Before or during or after?
During, man. That's what's freaky.
I have Return of the Jedi Luke. I've yet to open him up.
Oh, he's amazing. I have him too. He's awesome. Just some people decide to take out the padding to make him look a little bit skinnier because the padding makes him a little bit more bigger than he should be looking. But overall, it's an amazing figure. They definitely captured the likeness. I have Obi-Wan that should be coming in, and Dooku and Yoda. Right now, my focus is Star Wars and Marvel and nothing else. I gave up on DC, anything DC. And right now, that's
so is Hot Toys. Hot Toys gave up on DC
yeah,
too.
Hot Toys gave up on DC too because they're like, yeah, what the hell's going on? I think that
where's the Shazam? Are we getting a Shazam figure?
Oh, that would be awesome.
That probably.
Are we getting a Shazam figure?
Most likely after that
That's
movie
what I
dropped.
want.
Yeah, that movie looks pretty good too. So we'll see. But
I only got a couple figures on pre-order right now. I got the Episode 3 Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
I've got a Batfleck Batman on pre-order because I want to complete at least my Trinity there. I got Wonder Woman and Superman, so I need to get Batman. I got to get the Trinity.
I'll sell you mine if you want. I'm giving up on DC.
And that's it for Hot Toys figures I have on order. I am coveting. I haven't pulled the trigger. It's not Hot Toys. What do you guys think of this figure? I am coveting the I think he's shipping soon. The Mythos Obi-Wan from Sideshow.
I'm getting him.
Something about that figure. Something about that figure really fascinates me.
Okay, so
get it and I'll live through you.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I'm actually getting him next week, and he actually was
okay.
Yeah, it was actually a statue. They had a Sideshow Collectibles Mythos line, and Obi-Wan was one of it. Right now, he sold out, and they're selling for like $1,400 to $1,700. And originally, the original price for that statue was like $300.
Yeah, no, I remember. It had both the Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness head sculpts. You could switch them out. And I think with the 1/6 scale figure, they kind of tried to go like an in between kind of likeness.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm really intrigued by it.
Yeah, they use that app where it combines, like, hey, what happens if you combine your face with a celebrity, and this is how you're gonna look like.
Yeah, this is how. You could either combine your face with someone, and this is what your baby would look like. It's all like perverted and screwed up.
Because Sideshow isn't at Hot Toys quality level face sculpt wise, I think that was a smart decision because now he's has like a Legends look about him.
Yeah,
it looks like Obi-Wan. You're looking like, oh shit, that's Obi-Wan. Like, you know exactly who he is. Yeah. I think it's going to be the type of figure that if it's on your shelf, someone might look at it and go, oh shit, is that fucking Obi-Wan? Like before he went full gray. Yeah. It's got like that nice. I like real gritty, grimy, dirtied up, kind of beat up looking. Like one of my favorite movies is Conan the Barbarian, the original one, and that movie's just like a fucking dust ball, of just craziness. And the original Star Wars movies, they have like that 1970s kind of grime to them. And I think that figure also has that, you see him wandering through the desert. You could see him kind of like, I don't know, he has like that Mad Max kind of quality like thing going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and what I like about the figure too is it really is a nice bridge piece between the prequels and the original trilogy because he comes with Anakin and Qui-Gon's lightsabers kind of attached to the back of him. He's got the moisture. He's got the Clone Wars armor on him, the actual parts of his Clone Wars armor, and then like a moisture evaporator, a mini moisture evaporator. So yeah, the accessories on that figure are just off the hook.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my only worry about that figure is because I had the Darth Maul Sideshow figure, and the one thing I hated about that figure was that after a while, the figure becomes like a rag doll. Like you shake him, it's like
the underlying body's fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, I sold mine because I couldn't take it. I'm like, it starts becoming like a collectible figure to a doll when you're like, what I'm saying, like it's just raggedy, like shaking him like a rag doll. But so that's my only concern. Hopefully they fix on that. And here's my other gripe is that I saw the production pictures. Come on, Sideshow. Like, seriously, the same kind of black base stand again?
Yeah, this shit.
Are you kidding me? Like, you couldn't improve on it? Like, you couldn't be...
You know what? Hot Toys did that too, though, and I bitched about this in a lot of my videos. The whole A New Hope line of Hot Toys all came with that fucking red grate.
Oh, yeah. I hated
that same fucking red grate. I'm like, when were they on a goddamn red grate? Give us some deck plating. Give us the option to put like some sand on, like a sand piece or something. Give us some kind of environmental, yeah.
And and Baz, they did that with Luke Skywalker's base, where you could actually they have like those cards, like those interchangeable cards.
Well, yeah, the Return of the Jedi one, but I mean, yeah.
But I'm saying like they should have added that to the original trilogy. I mean, like the New Hope figures.
Oh, absolutely. No, they just all came on the same damn grade. The whole like line of New Hope figures. It was, oh god.
Knick-Knack, I see that you have the sideshow Skywalker behind you. How's the figure itself? Is it holding up? It's not like becoming like a rag dolly.
Which one?
Either one.
The Hoth one?
Yeah.
It's a good figure. I'll grab it real fast. Hang on.
But it's not like
Peace. I think that now that Sideshow's got to be stepping up in the right direction, because we were talking about this on the show last night. They're teaming up with Feishin now with the seamless bodies, and those bodies are supposed to be like the top of the top for fucking bodies.
I hope.
Yeah, this is a good piece. I mean, it's not wobbly or anything. I really enjoyed this piece a lot.
Is that the snow speeder
I think
version?
The base sculpt's pretty decent. This is the snow speeder version right here.
Yeah,
comes with the snow. It has that black base, but actually, no, never mind. I put this snow base is from my my Hoth Luke that came with my Tauntaun. So this doesn't come with it, but the rest of him, this is one of my favorite figures.
Yeah,
so
I love the fact that like the likeness is definitely there. I just think he looks better with the helmet on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I went with the helmeted version on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But
nice. All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna go through a speed round because it's getting late. I want to do something real fast. Baz, we didn't get a chance to go through Titans tonight, but it's the big thumb. I'm just gonna say it's a big thumbs up. So for those of you that want to watch Titans, go watch it because it's fucking great.
I haven't caught up yet.
It's
Did
really
you see
good.
the Donna Troy episode?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm just so goddamn sick of Titans.
Is it good? Is it good?
What? Oh yeah, it's excellent.
All right, good.
And then we're continuing down the story of Dick Grayson eventually becoming Nightwing.
Okay, cool.
I just got so tired of Titans because of Cartoon Network. I mean, it's the Go Teen Titans network. That's all they air. Yeah, I was so damn sick of Teen Titans because of that. Yeah.
No, you got to watch this the new show. It's really good.
Okay. Fair enough.
Apparently, for the DC front, it looks like there's a Blue Beetle movie in the works based on the Jamie Reyes version, and a Zatanna movie that is also in the works, which I'm all for because I like Zatanna. I think she's hot.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? They need to concentrate on the movies that they have now, like the Superman or Batman.
They're backburning those guys. I think Batman and Superman are getting like shoved to the fucking rear, man.
Yeah, they need to work on them before they move on to like these other like characters. In my opinion.
No, they've been stuck on Batman and Superman for too long. They need to introduce the wide variety of characters they do possess.
Yeah, I guess by putting these guys in the back burner for now, it'll give you a chance, like what Marvel did with Guardians of the Galaxy. Hopefully, they'll hit a home run with one of these things where they can take like a B, C, D list character and kind of bring them to the forefront.
Imagine like a Metal Men Pixar movie.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Well, that's like a Pixar-like movie because obviously that's Disney.
That's Disney, yeah.
All right, real quick, the fucking Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell, the new Santa Claus movie on Netflix is fucking awesome. So you guys gotta go see that. You guys gotta see it, especially if you have little kids. Or Baz, you just love Kurt Russell. The fucking movie was great, man. I watched that shit twice.
Yeah, I love Santa Claus. I love Kurt Russell. That's it. I'm sold.
Dude, it's awesome. Hold on, I got actually a picture of him here that I could screen share, and it was great. It was fun. It was exciting. It's like a newer version of Santa Claus. It takes what was cool about it is that Santa Claus, they don't show you him doing this, but he kind of like has to upgrade his technology for the times and shit. So he has like this view screen of like kids don't just write him letters anymore. They actually like send him like videos through the internet, and he has like a Batman room of just screens and shit with like the big book he looks through. So he's like checking off the names. He's got like these screens, all these kids talking to him and shit. Is pretty cool. and it was done really well. It's fun. It's funny. And Kurt Russell's the fucking man. How could you not like Snake Plissken as fucking Santa Claus? So there's that.
And especially Kurt Russell with a beard, bro. I mean, The Thing is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, yeah, totally. And as Miss Toys just revealed this, which I'm not getting, but I thought it looked all right. I just kind of going to show it anyway. And that's the new Arwen figure from their Lord of the Rings line. So people are like, it doesn't look enough like Liv Tyler. I think it looks pretty good.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Doesn't. And you know what? They're hit or miss with the Lord of the Rings line.
Yeah, I mean,
you have Gimli, which is an awesome figure. And
I just got Gimli recently. I still got to do the fucking review on him.
And then you have this. Like, what? What doesn't make any sense?
What I do like about this, though, is that they're doing the sculpted hair and the rooted hair at the same time. I think that's a smart move because they kind of fucked up with the Legolas figure where they went with all rooted hair and you can't turn his head. Not all rooted hair, all sculpted hair, and you can't turn his head. And then some characters who have all rooted hair, unless you put like beeswax in the hair or something like that to keep it down, it looks like a frizzy mess. So I kind of like because I'm a sculpted hair type person, so I kind of like that it's half sculpted and also for the back part of her hair, it's we're gonna see how the execution is, obviously. I think that's a good choice to kind of mix both. You know, this way you could actually like move the head.
Angle for the picture.
But so that's it. Those are the two new fucking things for the week. As far as that's pretty much all I have for the show. If anybody else has anything to say it now, Mr. Amazing Larry.
Did you see any of the footage of the Joker movie being filmed in Manhattan? They have footage of him like running away from the cops.
No, I haven't seen any of that. I mean, I saw the still shot of him like this, but I didn't see any of the footage.
Okay, looks awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped for that movie too.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something, guys. I'm going to be doing a video on this week, and it's sort of off the collectibles beaten path. But have any of you guys bought any of those 1-Up arcade games?
Oh no, I did an interview with the fucking guy from the con, and I got shit on horribly in the fucking chat for it. But
why?
I went to New York Comic Con, and I'm doing an interview with what's it? Cryptozoic, right? I got like a halfway decent connect with that company, so they're doing the booth run through with them. And the Arcade 1-Up guys are behind me. I never even heard of the fucking companies. The guy's like, "Hey, listen, when you're done with this interview, you want to interview us?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I do that interview. I go over there. I'm talking to the guy. Now, look, you asked me to do an interview for your company. I never heard of them before. I didn't even know they were coming out with these damn things. And I'm like gonna pump you up. You know, I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, go out and buy Arcade 1-Up," especially if I think it's kind of cool. And I'm a big Pac-Man guy, so it's like, "Yeah, this fucking looks great. Street Fighter looks awesome. Go out and buy it." And I'm like pumping this guy up, and he's kind of giving the breakdown, and then people are just fucking attacking me on the mad thumbs down on the video. People are saying like, "Oh, you should have researched this company. This company is garbage. Their fucking customer service is shit." And what happened was that they rushed the first batch that they rushed to stores were like lemons, and then like the second batch that they were improving on because they knew that the product wasn't ready to be launched at the time or something like that. So they launched a bunch of product that was kind of like faulty, and then they were like their official date got pushed back to like October because they were supposed to come out in like August or some shit, but they never retracted to kind of fix the problems that they had initially. But then the company actually wound up turning around and giving everybody like replacement parts and doing all that shit after the fact. But in the meantime, people were like, "Yo, fuck this guy doing the interview. Why is he sucking this company's dick? He should know better." And one guy was like, "Don't even do videos if you don't know the company. You should have known what these people really were." And I was like, "What the fuck are you even talking about?" I was like kind of doing damage control. Like, guys, I just interviewed the fucking guy. Like, I'm not selling the goddamn stuff. But Nick, you're not coming in.
Long story short, I bought a Pac-Man machine. It's fucking awesome. That's all I got.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, man. I love.
You know what though? To be honest, Red Cup, that kind of negativity actually helps promote your video.
Really?
Yeah, that's how the stupid algorithm works. I think it's that anything that engages helps promote your video. I think you're at like 700 views, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Great, man. Whatever.
I just liked it. So
cool. Great. I appreciate it.
Awesome video.
So you got the Pac-Man thing coming in. That's cool. That's great. I mean, it's got to be fun.
I got the Pac-Man. It works great. Yeah, I put it together. I put my son helped me a little bit, but yeah, I put it together. I got the riser for it. I'm actually, and it's really nice because you can actually buy modification parts on eBay and shit. So I'm actually getting some parts, some different slides to put into it, so it actually looks more like a real arcade game versus like a one-up arcade game.
Right.
So I got some different paneling, some different particle board paneling. I mean, no, it's not like a purist is going to shit all over this thing. It's But I always wanted to have a upright cabinet video game in my house, but those things are like 300-400 pounds. They're made of like particle board and plug and fiberglass and glass and they constantly break.
That was another big problem. People were like, "Yo, for $300 or $200, whatever the fuck they are, like $250, $300." They were like, "Oh, you're only getting a couple of games." And it's flimsy, it's this, it's that, and it's like, yo, do you realize that a full arcade cabinet of Pac-Man is like $3,500? Like, wake the fuck up, guys.
Exactly.
You get
exactly. I mean, it's down in my archive room. It looks great. Like I said, I'm going to drop a video on it this week, and so you guys can check that out. Yeah, that's all I got. It's a little teasing there, but
yeah. Well, I was going to ask you guys. Should look into Raspberry Pi, and there's actually Red Cup, there's a guy locally that builds these arcade cabinets, and then you hook up your Raspberry Pi, and you can kind of play like 5,000 like games from like.
Well, I went and bought an emulator. I have an emulator hooked up to my TV over here, and it has like every game, but it's not arcade games though. It's every console game pre '96, so it's like '96 to like '77.
Yeah. Yeah,
every fucking game.
Yeah, that's what some people are doing, but they're also including the arcade games also.
Oh, that's dope because there's a lot of cool old school arcade games I kind of like and stuff. So, all right, we're gonna end the show off with this. There was fucking Black Friday this past week. Did anybody pick anything up? Did anybody go nuts on Sideshow or anything else?
No, not Sideshow. I mean, a lot of the stuff that they were selling were already like it's been around in stock for a long time. I think they're trying to unload on them. I'm still debating on the Rocket and Groot 2-pack because I'm collecting all the Infinity War characters, and I just got Iron Spider, and I don't know. I'm on the fence on that Rocket and Groot. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'm not doing the only Marvel shit I have is the Age of Ultron, Captain America, and the Age of Ultron Black Widow, which I got as a gift. So, I bought the Captain America, I got the Black Widow as a gift, and those are my only. Oh no, and I have the Mark VI Iron Man die cast because that's like to me that's just Iron Man, and fucking Robert Downey Jr. is the shit. So those are the only Marvel characters I have in the collection there. But what did I do? I turned around and I bought. It didn't come. It was supposed to come. It was supposed to be here. The reason why Snake Plissken is here, not only is because he's playing Santa now, is because I have a stand-in. I was supposed to have the Jack Burton. I went and bought the Jack Burton figure. They had the $30 off and the free shipping. And a lot of people shit on these Sideshow versions of the movie characters, but no one else is fucking doing them. And I absolutely love Kurt Russell. And what sold me on that version, not only is Big Trouble in China one of my favorite movies, and it also happens to be obviously, this fella right here. I was watching the How to Be a Poser video, and the way the guy was posing him and had him set up, I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking pick this thing up because I kind of like it, and I like the discount that they were offering. Plus, it's an exclusive figure to them only. And I can't, like, through the connections I have with like the comic shops that I deal with, they couldn't get him anyway. So I was like, fuck it, if I'm going to get him, I might as well get him now. So he was supposed to be here today, delivered last night, but he was never delivered. So I got to go hunting for him come Monday through UPS. So he should be on next week's show.
Which one?
The Jack Burton.
The Jack Burton, yeah.
Big Trouble Little China version. People are like, oh, the head sculpt ain't all that. It's like, look, man, it's Kurt Russell. It looks good enough to me. If I have to like do a couple of modifications with him, like maybe do some dry brushing on his boots or something like that. Like with this figure, I dry brushed his boots, his weapons, and I took some sandpaper to his jacket to rough it up a little bit. It looks fine.
Okay.
I don't have a problem doing a little bit of customization. Knack, you get anything this week besides the arcade? I mean, you got the arcade.
I got a Pac-Man machine. That's it.
No, that's good enough, man. That's an expensive machine to begin with, but that's pretty
it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap, but it looks good. It looks so good.
I know Pac-Man's fucking. Is it Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man?
It's Pac-Man and Pac-Man Plus.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what the Pac-Man Plus is lame, but Pac-Man's great. So.
All right, cool. Baz, you get anything?
You got this 20% off.
Nice.
Like Friday the 13th Ultimate Version Part 2.
Wow, nice.
And 30% off Predator Ahab.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, he's going into like you're doing like a NECA thing now, right, with all the horror characters.
And I found this for full price though. Aliens Ultimate version NECA.
Yeah, you're going full
So
out.
yeah,
on
I'm
the
in love with
horror
NECA
stuff.
right now.
Yeah, NECA, they make the best Alien figures and Predator figures. I can't wait for the arcade Alien versus Predator figures. I don't know if you played that game in the arcades.
Yeah, those look good.
Yeah,
I like the RoboCop one.
yeah. The RoboCop one's awesome. They're a good company. They're actually based out of New Jersey, so I like supporting local businesses like that.
All right, cool, guys.
Yeah, great sculpt. The articulation is getting better, and you can buy them in stores, and they're a decent price. So,
Yeah.
what's not to like?
Oh wow. Wait, the RoboCop, they just released that RoboCop?
Yeah, I saw that at the local store. He's got like fire flames like coming off of his body.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll pick that up. Let me take a look at that.
Yeah, it looks good.
How much should it be? It's like I see it for $75 on Amazon.
Whoa.
That's
I don't know, man. I NECA should be 30 and under.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. I'll look for it.
Gentlemen, I am about to fucking fall on my face right now, so I am cutting this transmission. And the viewership just went up two people too. It's lovely.
Bye, new guys.
Please subscribe to each one of us. You have the Source Wall with Baz. You have Knack's Plastic Planet. He's fucking awesome. Paradox Nerd, great fucking videos. Paradox and Knack. I'll put this out to both of you right now. I put this out to Paradox during the week. An idea I got brewing is I want to do like maybe like a double, like maybe like a live breakdown of a video. Like we do like our own like reviews of a figure, right? So if we ever come into a figure where we both have a figure, maybe even if it has to be like a retro review, we should do like a live where we're both breaking the fucking figure down. I think that would be cool to see like two people with two different perspectives breaking down like a Hot Toys figure or something.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm down for that.
Cool. All right, definitely. And I don't know how the fuck we would. So maybe we'd have to do two of them. So like one would go on one channel, one would go on the other. Whatever you guys are interested in doing. Paradox, you got my number now. You hit me up whenever the fuck you need to.
Okay.
And, okay, that's it. Please like and subscribe to the Paradox Nerd. Like and subscribe to Knack's Plastic Planet and the Source Wall with Baz, as well as the Red Cup Review. Please like this video. It helps with the algorithms and all that nonsense. Next week, we will what the fuck will we be doing next week? I don't know. We got to get to one of these Star Wars episodes again, so I'm going to be fucking tossing the ideas around with my three compatriots here to figure out what the hell we're going to do as far as the next episode goes.
We will talk about The Last Jedi, whether you like it or not.
Man, fuck you, bro. I can only dodge it for so. I'm dodging like what's his face? So Muhammad
Ali.
Not like a champ, but I don't want to fucking come after the number one contender. I'm like ducking you for like the guys that don't deserve the shot.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for coming on, guys. Always appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll
Thank
put
you for
something
having
together.
me aboard. Thanks for having us aboard and stuff again.
Yeah, no, always, man. Open fucking invitations all around. Edwin Diaz, yo, what's up, man? I guess you must have been the guy that just jumped on. It's good to see you. I saw you last night in the chat room. What's going on, brother? So yes, definitely have a good night and have a good weekend and have a good week. And we will not only be gearing up for our next Star Wars episode, where I will be attacked again. We will also be getting ready for our Christmas episode, which will be airing the weekend before Christmas. So we'll figure out some shit for then too. Anyways, gentlemen, have a good night. Everybody in the chat room, have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Guys, if you want to hold on, I'm going to stop the broadcast right now. See you later, everybody.